Andrea, and we are here live. It is the first Thursday of the month. And as we get going here, I have a little bit of a different microphone setup for you today. There's a lot of noise here. We've got some construction, some tree grinding happening. So hopefully the sound will be all right for you. And we're getting people coming in already, so I'm very excited about that. As more and more people come in, I just want to let you know sort of what to expect today. I will begin here in just a few minutes, and I'll guide you through a Reiki meditation. We'll work with healing energy together, and we'll do some visualization and and we will share Reiki. I will be sharing Reiki with you. I have my distance Reiki healing grid here. Many of you are already listed to receive through here. And if you're here with me, you can always request that your name be added if you don't think you're in here already. And so we'll do our meditation. We'll share outward to everyone who has our heart's attention. And then I will have some announcements for you afterward. And then we will, what are we going to do? Q&A, of course, Q&A. So hold on to your questions. And after the meditation and announcements, I'll be happy to hang out with you and answer whatever questions that you might have. And so as we get started here, I will say, I think I can give you a quick announcement anyway. We've only been in here a little less than 2 minutes. I did add some new class dates to my website for October for different time zones. So if you're in Australia or Hawaii, you might be liking that. So anyway, that's a little hint of announcement, but anyway, I'll have more for you after the meditation. I want to thank you for joining me and taking this time out of your busy day to engage with this energy, to receive and relax. When you nourish yourself, when you heal yourself, the ripples of healing and positive transformation ripple outward from you to everyone else around you and everything that you invest your energy into. So self-care is really holistic care for everyone else in your life and the collective too. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started. I would invite you now to get comfortable. You can be seated or lying down. You may play music where you are if you wish. And perhaps take some deep breaths with the intention to come into this present moment, leaving everything else set to the side. And I now offer you the highest frequencies of Reiki energy, always offered to you for your highest good. Physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. You may have your eyes open or closed throughout and just simply intend to receive for your highest good. Let us journey together. Imagine now you're walking through a meadow. Tall grasses line both sides of a path, winding through colorful wildflowers. And listen. You can hear the birds and the gentle breeze. As it wisps its way through the grasses. The sun is shining. It's the perfect day. The sky is a vibrant blue. And you can feel the warmth of the sun on your skin. And with every step that you take, you can feel the energy of the earth flowing up through the bottoms of your feet. You belong here. You are supported. And as you walk the path forward, you begin ascending up a hill in the meadow. And as we approach the top of the hill, you see that there is a flat area with a huge circle of standing stones. Stones placed in ancient times by your ancestors who knew that you would come to this place. They welcome you here as a light bringer, carrying on the tradition of healing. And bringing more light into the world. The standing stones are immense. And in the center of the stone circle, there is a large pedestal. Red rose petals are piled on top. And you're invited to approach this pedestal and lie down, surrounded by the rose petals, placed here by higher levels of consciousness, spirit guides, Reiki guides, ascended masters, ancestors. Set there in preparation just for you. And as you lie down on the soft petals, take a deep breath and experience the sweet smell of the roses. And as you look up into the deep blue sky, a brilliant light begins to shine down, descending all the way to in front of your heart, just above your heart center. This is the light of Source, here for you to connect with in a more powerful way. Open your heart and receive the light of source energy fully and completely. You may feel sensations in your body. You may see colors or have images. You may simply just feel relaxed. You are meant to be in this circle at this time, opening to the gifts that the universe has reserved for you at this point on your spiritual journey. Feel the loving support of loved ones from your present, from your past, from your future. They've gathered here to exchange their blessings and their love with you on this occasion of your ascension into a higher vibration. And they invite you to release every burden that you've carried, that no longer serves you. They invite you to let go of the worries of the world, for it is not your mission to rectify or heal all that may feel out of balance here. They remind you that you are here with purpose. You have come to fulfill great promises, great visions, and learn in ways that your soul has desired. Looking within your body, see, feel, imagine, and intend that this brilliant source energy that still flows into your heart center illuminates every cell, every atom and molecule within you. The energetic pathways in your body are cleansed and balanced. And the communication between your energy centers is heightened so that every system in your body may function in higher ways, more in sync, more in unison, carrying out the processes that keep you in health, that restore your health, physically and mentally, emotionally and spiritually. And all who have gathered around you, with their love and with their gratitude for all the work that you've been doing here on earth. They step forward now, placing their hands upon your body, all offering you Reiki energy, love, peace, and understanding. Allow yourself to simply be as you receive everything you need in this moment to empower you forward with strength and vitality, clarity and confidence. You are precious. You are worthy. You are whole and complete. You are not what you have been through. You are a being of light, accomplishing each day your spiritual mission on earth. Sense and feel these loving hands that offer you gifts beyond this moment. Offering you energy and wisdom and guidance, held within your energy field and aura. Carried with you, available at the precise moment that you need it to help you along your way. And at this time, you are invited to ask for a message from these beloved. Perhaps what is most important for you to know at this time. And with the strength and wisdom and power of all who have gathered to meet you here in this moment, you are invited to bring your attention and your awareness to any person, any animal, any cause or goal that has your heart's attention. And let us all who are here offer our Reiki, our compassion, our own light in the healthiest of ways to those you hold in your awareness. And all who are open to receive, receive your blessings now. And the blessings of everyone here, all who have gathered. Together we Reiki. Together we care. Together we are in light, in love. We are unified. And those that have gathered for you are available at your request. At any time you wish their presence, their love and guidance. Simply ask, for you are never alone. This this healing energy will continue to flow for as long as it is in your highest good. And with gratitude for all who have gathered, for all who we have exchanged blessings with, you are invited to take a moment, feel your body, bring your awareness to your eyes. And as you open them, feel this energy surrounding you now. Even in waking consciousness, you are held, you are loved, you are supported and empowered. In oneness, we are. All right. As we come back, I'm going to move my grid out of the way here. I hope you enjoyed the meditation today. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the meditation. And what do I need to do? I feel like I need to do something because my table is all weird here. But here we are. So, oh, hi, Terry. I know I see you there in the, I see a lot of familiar names and I see some new ones too. Really exciting. Let me get that out of the way. I have so much noise over here, you guys. I'm so sorry. I was scrambling this morning. They started just about a half hour before I was supposed to come on live, and oh, what a bummer. So there are chainsaws, there's tree grinding happening. There's, noises that I don't even know what's happening over there. But anyway, that's kind of like life, right? So I went to this microphone. Oh, I hope I didn't make noise. I went to this microphone because it has a shorter range, and I just didn't want to take any chances. So this was my best bet. So I hope that the noise wasn't too much for you. But as I said, it's kind of like life, right? Sometimes we can't control what we have to deal with, and we just kind of have to roll with it. Anyway, so that's what we did. So I hope that you appreciated the meditation this time around. Oh yeah, so let me give you some updates, especially if you've been on the YouTube channel lately. Oh gosh, I've wanted to be here more, but unfortunately there's only so much time in the day, I tell you what, and I've been a little bit busy. So let me fill you in on what's been going on, and then we'll do some Q&A. So first and foremost, as many of you know, I took on the podcast by myself for season 4, and I say we because I'm very fortunate. I have some help behind the scenes because making a podcast is a lot of hours, a lot of stuff out there. So I have some wonderful help behind the scenes for that. So when I say we, that's who I'm talking about. And so season 4 started. We had a great premiere episode with Sally Crow, and then Susie Miller joined me yesterday. So if you want to know about people on the spectrum, why the incidence of I'm going to say spiritual implications of all of that. If you want to know about autism and I don't know, maybe shift your perspective on it. Maybe not. Maybe you agree with Susie. I don't know. But it's a great episode. It just came out yesterday. And though, yeah, you can go, there's a link in the chat there and you can check it out. And if you know someone who has an autistic child or has a special interest in that topic, please share the episode with them because I think we need to really talk about that more. So anyway, every 2 weeks, new episodes coming out for the podcast. So I've been really delving into that, really. That's been occupying a lot of my time. The other one is I've built a brand new online community just for Reiki people. And wow, what an investment of time that is. I actually have 2 events coming up today in the community. So after we're done here, I'm going to get ready for those. And the community is just for Reiki practitioners. It is a membership community because we meet in there a lot. We have events, we practice together. We're doing some continuing education. I'm doing group mentoring. So that community is really for people who've taken Reiki training and they want more support, maybe fill in the gaps of their training and be around like-minded people because that can be hard for Reiki practitioners if they don't have a supportive, like-minded community. So you can go to members.mainstreamreiki.com to find out more about that. And we're just building the foundation there. We're going to do some really amazing things. So I'm super excited about that. And I mentioned at the top of the hour that I added some Reiki classes again this morning, right before we went on in October. So I've added a Reiki 1 and 2 class and also a Reiki Master class in October. And these are in the evening in the Eastern time zone. And so that will help people in Australia, Hawaii, or even people in the US who maybe are more night owls. So you can check out those class dates and times in through the link that's now in the chat for you. So I'm hoping that if my normal schedule hasn't been too easy for you to attend, I hope this is an option that you might consider. So beautiful. Oh yeah, and finally, we just sent out the August newsletter and technology. So we sent it out and a couple of links didn't work. And so I had to make some adjustments, send it out again, and then the links worked. I wanted to just share the newsletter here in the chat with you in case you maybe aren't signed up for the newsletters. We send one out every month and it kind of gives you a rundown on some things. And I usually have a message in there for you. And now I'm linking it to my blog on my website. So, little by little, making changes. There's always so much that I want to do, but again, as I said, it's just limited time. I wish I could add some extra time in the day. So there's in the chat there's a link to the newsletter, and you can certainly sign up for the newsletter. And what I've done is I've combined the sign up form with the podcast. So how about that? Over on the side, I mentioned the BTRG Insider Program. And I promise I'll move right into Q&A after this. It's a lot of talking. But for the podcast, what we're offering is a way that if you're a fan and you want more content, we got you covered. And what that means is we run our site through Ko-fi, which is, the buy me a coffee kind of thing. So for $3 a month, you get exclusive clips, bonus content that we don't release anywhere else. The first one was with Eileen McCusick. And so that one came out. She told a really cool story about something that happened to her in her own healing practice. It falls in the category of you just can't make this stuff up. So she said she rarely tells that story. So if you're a fan of Eileen and biofield tuning, you might want to check that out. And then our next BTRG Insider, which nobody knows because I haven't told anybody yet, and that's with Susie Miller, the woman that I just mentioned with the current episode. But the bonus content's actually about spirit guides. And what her take on spirit guides is pretty interesting, and I don't know. So if you like the podcast, if you want to help us out with production, but also get exclusive content that nobody else gets, you can sign up for the BTRG Insider program, $3 a month. So price of a cup of coffee. Anyway, we're just trying to grow everything for you, so I can offer you more and more and more value, more enrichment along your journey, more time to find peace, healing, to go deeper, um, and help you in your life, whether it's Reiki class or podcast stuff or even the community. I just want to be helpful. And so, anyway, thank you so much for joining me and listening to all of that. And so, I guess we can shift over to Q&A. Let's see what you all have on your mind today. I can look at the chat a little bit over here. Oh, wow, look at all of those. Oh, I saw an Australian flag, I think. Let's see. Yeah. All right. Do we have any questions? Yeah. Oh, Lisa says, oh, you want to take my class in October? Well, awesome. You can head right over to the website and you can actually register. Those classes are a little bit different because for my time zone, I'm going to start at 5 in the evening, that's Eastern time, and then go till 11 at night for the 1 and 2. And usually it's a 2-day class, but we're going to do 3 nights in a row. And then the master class is usually 3 days. We're going to do that from 5 p.m. to 11:45 p.m. over 4 evenings. So I'm kind of excited about that. I think that'll be kind of interesting to do. And if it works out and people like it, I can always add more. But yeah, anyway, the registration's open. Any questions? Reiki questions? I guess you could kind of ask me anything. Let's see. So, any questions? Oh, Divine Infinite says she had trouble getting on. Did anybody else? Everything was the same on my end, so I don't know if that was an issue with other people or not. But everything I did was normal. I didn't have any hiccups except for the noise across the street. Yeah. Great, Lisa. I'm going to remember your name in this moment in case you sign up for the class. That'd be cool. Sorel asks, what do you do to care for yourself with being so busy? You know what? That's a great question. I try to be aware of what's going on for myself, and I tune in a lot to my body. And so what that means is, it might sound a little bit weird, but I'll tell you anyway. It's just between us, right? So I have this way of, even if I'm in a conversation with somebody or just out in the world, I have this awareness where I just don't stuff things down and move on. I think in years past I used to. And so I have this keen awareness of if I'm under stress, how I'm feeling, if I'm uncomfortable in some way. And then you're asking how I care for myself. I listen to that. And so the other thing I will say, it's not just about listening, it's about letting myself feel it and not denying, that I might be having a harder time with it. I think when we do that, it can be huge because we're not creating more problems for ourselves. I think a lot of our problems stem from, as I said, stuffing things down, or, we ignore it and we move on, kind of thing. So that's what I would say. I'm really aware of my own feelings, and I try to feel them, acknowledge them, and then take a time out if I need to. Not like in the corner or anything like I'm 5, but what I mean by that is I might walk away from my desk and I might just go sit and look out the window, watch squirrels for a little bit. I like to do that. The birds, we've got feeders here, and so many different kinds of birds, so I love that. But sometimes you just have to hit the pause button and go do something else, and I think that that's helpful. And finally, I love what I do. I love this. I love meeting with you. I love building the community. The podcast. Everything that I do, I love it. And so what that translates to is I feel like I'm on purpose. I feel like I'm living a life orchestrated. You know, I don't know what I could say, that I came here to do this, I guess, in short. I'm kind of stumbling for words, but I came here to do this. I totally feel that. And I might work many, many hours every day on all of these things, but I love it. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. So, I think that's very helpful because I don't feel like I'm, in need of vacation. Yeah. Anyway, I hope that answered that. Ah. Oh, how to protect energy. Oh, wow. Yeah. We did, I say we, Kathleen and I, when Kathleen was on the podcast with me, we did an episode about this. And also, I think Tina Zion, we had another episode and Tina was on, and I think she talked about it too. So, protecting energy, yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there, but what I want to invite you to do, Lisa, is I want you to step into the light of who you really are. And what I mean by that is claim the power that you have over your energy. You're the boss. You're the boss of your energy. And the more you believe that, the stronger your healthy energetic boundary becomes. Um, some people will feel like they want to put a bubble or mirrors or things like that around their energy. And I used to do that many years ago, but I just don't do that anymore. One of the reasons is I felt like I was creating duality. And what I mean by that is when I would shield myself, I felt like I was creating like an in here and an out there. So I wanted my experience to be one way and everything is separate. So it kind of felt like a little fear-based to me, like, ooh, I gotta protect myself from what's out there, kind of fear-based. And I didn't like that. I didn't think that was healthy for me. Um, and as I said, I did that for quite some time and I never felt that way. I just reached a point though, and I thought, yeah, I don't think I'm comfortable with that anymore. And so instead, what I started to do was I started to really just bring in the light all the time. And I also decided that there's really not that I don't have fear about what's out there because I trust myself. I trust myself to handle what comes my way. I'll get through it, and I don't know. I guess that's what I would say. I would invite us all to lessen the amount of fear that we have because fear never serves us. I mean, unless a tiger's chasing you or something like that, that's good fear. But in our everyday life, maybe what we can think about instead is if we were going to walk out into the rain, we might take an umbrella, not because we're afraid of the rain, but just because we don't want to get wet. And so maybe if we kind of shift our thinking, and I'm not saying you don't already do that, Lisa, but a lot of us, I think, could shift our thinking to instead feel as though we're not afraid of what's out there, but it's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna bring through energy that's really high vibration, and that's going to protect me from getting wet, with anything else out there that you know, that isn't in my highest good, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. But the main thing is your intention. Your intention is huge. Mm-hmm. Yeah. How do you choose the guests for the podcast? Oh, that's interesting. Anything we can do to make suggestions that you would choose? Oh, wow. Well, I'll tell you what, again, just between you and I, when Kathleen told me she was going to leave, I thought, oh my gosh, because, we would talk about the guests or, arrive at these things together. And I thought, wow, I'm going to lose that ability to like bounce ideas off of somebody and all of that. So I had to come up, I had nobody on the schedule for season 4. And to be honest, I just started looking around like who's out there and, who's interesting to me, what interests me kind of thing. And to so this is the truth. I decided to subscribe to Gaia TV. Have you ever heard of Gaia? Anyway, they have some different shows on there, and I'm not really drawn to a lot of the things on there, but there's a program on Gaia called Open Minds. And I thought, well, that is going to have, a variety of topics and things like that. And I have to tell you, Sally Crow, the premiere episode, I saw her interview on Open Minds. And I thought, that is so intriguing. And I thought, if it fascinates me, if I'm interested in it, I think, that's an indicator there. So Sally Crow I saw on Open Minds, Susie Miller I saw on Open Minds. So I'm really just looking out there to see what's interesting and what's timely. As far as suggestions, so people will email me. You can email Beyond the Reiki Gateway at gmail.com. We just do a Gmail for the podcast. But you can go to the website. You can, I'm all over the place. So you can email me through mainstreamreiki.com. The podcast, the websites both have, I think, ways, my email and all of that. So you can always suggest people. At this point, we've got kind of a full schedule. I've been really fortunate that pretty much everybody I've invited has said yes. So that's really good news, I think, for the podcast. But you can always suggest people, and then my process is I Google them. I see, what have they done, and who are they, and what are their messages, and what can they offer our listeners? Because one of the goals for the podcast has always been that I want people to have a takeaway. I want some value for the listener that they could perhaps use, or maybe just ponder, some new perspective or something like that. So hopefully that's helpful. But yeah, you can always email. Mm-hmm. Will offering, hi Kelly, I recognize you. Will offering Reiki to food that's not super healthy, like processed stuff, elevate the nutritional value? Some days I have to throw in a froze. Ah, right. Yeah. So here's, what comes to my mind, Kelly, is Dr. Emoto with the water. Are you all familiar with Dr. Emoto? So he did the experiments, and I think his book is something like The Secret Messages of Water or something like that. Anyway, he did these experiments where and this wasn't even Reiki. He talked to the water or gave it messages or something. Love, 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 love. And then they photographed the water. And then he did the opposite, hate, war, that kind of thing. And the photographs are amazing because they show that the water is very beautifully arranged in the photographs with the love, unity, peace, and totally opposite with the other vibrations of these ideas. Remember, everything's energy. And so the molecules, the atoms, all disjointed, disconnected, looked yucky with hate, war, and all of those things. And the reason I bring that up is, that, as I said, that's not even Reiki energy that he was using. I believe that when we imbue something with Reiki, the vibration does raise. Do I feel like we could, Reiki a frozen pizza into the nutritional value of kale? Probably not. But what I will say is I think it doesn't hurt for sure. I think it can only be helpful. And I think the act of you in deciding and intending to raise the vibration of that food is powerful, you know? our intention, and when we claim something and when we envision something, that's not nothing. And then you couple that with the Reiki energy. I mean, there's no way I can believe that it does not help, for sure. Yeah, yeah. I hope that's helpful, Kelly. Always Reiki. It can never hurt. The ginger glow. How about that? Question. Any advice, tips of cutting cords with someone who seems to be latched to your energy? Haven't talked to this person in years, but I can still feel their energy around. Oh, interesting. Around your menstruation. Wow. That's an interesting question. Yeah. What I would do is what comes to my mind for you, and I don't know what you've tried already, Ginger, but let me just tell you what comes to my mind as you ask the question, and that is writing a letter to this person. I assume you know who this person is, but my feeling is write a letter to that person. Part of it is I want you to go with what comes to you, but the purpose here is to very clearly, without any wiggle room, you're going to instruct them that this is severed, this is over, and you are walking away from the energy once and for all, never to return, and that there's nothing that they can do that will change that, because you are sovereign in your energy and you have made this decision, and nothing has the power to change. Nothing has the power over you to change that. So I think it's very impactful when we write things down, because when we just have thoughts about something, that's energy. But then when we speak them, that's energized energy even more, or I want to say more empowered energy. And then when we write the energy, when we write it down, ooh, wow, that is really intense energy when we write it down. And we've given a thought form that can be revisited over and over, not just by you, but by anybody. Anybody can come and read those words. So you've created something, you know, lasting simply by writing it down. So that's what I would do. If you know Reiki, then you can also utilize Reiki. You can Reiki the letter. You can Reiki yourself. You can do a you could do a smudging ceremony in your own energy. There's just lots of different things. I don't know what you've already tried, but I have to tell you, the one thing that you've got that is undeniable is sovereignty in your energy. So I would declare it without any doubt, and see what happens. See what happens with that. See if you can feel a difference. Mhm. Thanks for the question. Oh, can you explain 21 days after receiving your Reiki 1 certification? Yeah, thanks, Sarah. Um, so that 21 days, that I'm going to call it a ritual, I guess, that isn't something I was ever taught in my Reiki training. So I think I want to point that out first, that not all styles and lineages teach that. Um, Many see value in the 21 days. Um, as I said, I've never done that and I don't teach that. But my understanding is that it's a cleansing period for, and also helps you to establish a regular Reiki, self Reiki practice. Okay. And I think that that's really valuable. But one of the things I've seen with people over and over is they sometimes look at that 21-day period as a should, like, in order to be successful, as a Reiki 1 practitioner, they must do this 21 days. And some people have difficulty adhering to the 21 days, and it's a should. And then if they kind of fall off the wagon, they use that to sort of feel bad about themselves that they couldn't do it or they messed up. And I think that's so unfortunate. So the bottom line is, I encourage my students to enjoy the self-Reiki practice. So whether you decide to do the 21 days of self-Reiki or not, whenever you do self-Reiki, be comfortable and be focused on what you're doing, but enjoy it, enjoy it. Because I don't think if we I think if we do Reiki because we should do it or we have to do it in order to check the box off the 21 days or something, I don't know. That doesn't really feel like Reiki to me. I want you to develop a relationship with Reiki that you enjoy. And just remember that 21 days or not. But basically, it's about building a practice of self Reiki and also cleansing the body. Some people say that every energy center of the the seven main chakras takes 3 days or something, of Reiki to balance it or something. I just don't buy into that because, children learn Reiki and, everybody's different. And who's to say how long somebody's heart chakra takes, I don't know. I just think that people are unique. And so my advice is enjoy your Reiki self practice, no shoulds in Reiki, and make it your own. Thanks, Sarah. Kate, I'm new. Let's see, I'm new to the practice. Occasionally looked into classes in New York City where I live. There seems to be two different schools of Reiki styles. Could you explain more on that? Well, I'm not quite sure what you mean by two schools. What comes to mind is you might be thinking about more of the traditional Usui style and then more of the Western style. Um, I'm guessing. So you're welcome, Sarah. So I'm thinking that's what you're talking about. Um, there are just different styles and lineages of Reiki. So it all started with Mikao Usui in Japan. And what happened was when this is super simplified, but basically he was one man on a mission to achieve enlightenment. Anshin Ditsume is what it's called. He uh, he studied, he practiced, he did many things, he meditated, and finally he was on Mount Karama and received Reiki. And I won't go into all the details, but so in the beginning, it was only the energy. He was given the energy. So everything that comes after the energy, we made up along the way. Somebody made it up. So he was the first person to make up a framework around the energy so that he could teach it to other people and make it more quantifiable. So it could be taught, it could be shared, it could be practiced by other people. But then over time, as more people learned Reiki, even from that framework, they would follow their own guidance and they would make changes to perhaps how it's taught or how it's practiced, how the attunement method would vary, things like that. And so what I would invite you to do is read about the different styles. If you're interested in taking a Reiki class, read about them. Find different Reiki masters of different lineages, and then look out into the world. Look at their social media. Look at, if they're interviewed. Watch those things, listen to what they have to say, and then go by how it feels to you. Use your inner discernment and see who you're drawn to. And I think that that'll be a huge indicator for you about what might be appropriate. I don't look at different styles and lineages. I don't judge that. I just think that the best Reiki style for you is the one that makes sense for you, the one that you're called to practice. Because if you learn a style because you think you should, or it's right, or whatever it is, but then you never practice it, what good is that? So I want you to pick a style, pick a Reiki master teacher, choose what resonates with you so that you'll practice after class and you'll enjoy your practice, because that's where all the magic happens, when you're having fun, when you're enjoying, and when you just feel good about practicing Reiki. I guess I hope that that's helpful. I don't look at any style or lineage as better or worse than the other. They're just different, kind of like ice cream. I love ice cream, all different kinds of flavors, but I have my favorites. So, I tend to go back to that. But the flavors I don't pick, there's nothing wrong with them. I just am not drawn to those. So that's my little ice cream analogy. Everyone, it is rounding out the hour here, and I just want to thank you for meeting me. As you see on the bottom of the screen, I'll be back September 7th, and we'll do this all again. I don't know. We'll come up with a brand new meditation for you. And tomorrow I'll post this video. I will shorten it and I'll add music so that just the meditation portion is also available on the channel. So you have this full version uncut, and then you'll have the other version that's shorter with the meditation and music. I hope you enjoy both of those, and I hope to see you out in the ether. Listen to the podcast too. Give me some feedback. I would love that. So everyone, take wonderful care of yourselves. You matter. You make a difference every single day, and you're never, ever alone. Please know that. All right. Until next time, everyone, it's wonderful to see you. Thanks for joining me.